You see, one more point I just came to my mind that we break the illusion that I'm an individual. What happens? The explosion takes place in the mind. What is that explosion? That I'm none of these five sheaths. That only claims that I'm an individual. But fact is, I'm unaffected by all of them. I'm a pure consciousness. And all these exist in this pure consciousness. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. As usual, we'll share our experiences once we return. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the hands. First, know your experience. Gather those thoughts how you're going to share, and then bring the hands down. How are you, Terry?
Oh boy, what can I say? It was very different from what you, well, I just did what I could do.
Yes.
I was working a lot and to maintain awareness that, well, I was having such a strong negative feeling in the body of
Okay.
tightness and pulling in the inside of the body, so I just tried to maintain my awareness of the five sheath, and I realized that I was working a lot in the energy and the intellectual sheath to
Yeah.
just maintain the intention
Yeah.
to to and I have to say I didn't do what we were I couldn't do the Nyasa or the fast breathing, but I did things what I could do at different points. I allowed the body to do what it wanted, and I removed my
Yeah.
thoughts away from that. And I
Yeah.
visualized the triangle. I did the big circle with my eyes. I resisted the temptation to try to move because I
Yeah.
felt like I couldn't move, and there's
So
a
that's a
feeling.
kind of progress.
Yeah, and I did a big giant triangle with my eyes
Yeah.
open because they
Yeah.
wouldn't stay shut. And I didn't get the mind to stop, but I kept pulling it away from the problem. And
And you remained, or mostly you remain steadiness is there in the body.
I resisted anger, panic, and,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and struggle, and I focused on visualizing the power of the universal self
Yeah.
to eradicate the problem.
Yes, now I can see. I will pick up one more session with reference to the 5 sheet, and it is explained beautifully, poetically in the next session. Beautiful. How are you, Stephen?
I'm very good. I was completely absorbed into the meditation, into the space. I didn't have a thought. I didn't have there was nothing. It was just pure, it was pure nothingness, from the start of the fast breathing straight through to where the only time that something triggered in me was when you started chanting Om Shanti. And I said, oh, wow, this is over.
Yeah.
But I felt this desire that I didn't want it to be over, but then I let go of all that. So thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful state and beautiful experience. Yes. How are you, Barbara?
I'm very good, thank you. I started the session today with a lot of stress, and it just seemed to have melted away after the nyas, and I just had a feeling of floating and calmness.
Yeah, sense of floating is a deeper experience. We should also always understand, with all the 3 people sharing their experiences, you all discussed in a different ways, but it points that to one thing. When we break that sense of individuality, that consciousness is already all pervading. I can witness that. So the floating sensation and the intention by the Terry and sense of emptiness, they point out the same thing. How are you, Brandy?
I'm fine, thank you. My meditation was totally absorbed today. I feel peaceful and relaxed.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. How are you, uh, Sam?
Mine as well. Very deep, very absorbed, and peaceful.
Peaceful. Check again. You have to. I introduced one common point. That is the most important, but I spoke a little during the practice. If you start exploring where is an individual in you, you will not find. And that will help you transcend the mind. How are you, Rakesh?
Thank you, sir. So in the beginning, I could see myself very different away from the body, which was steady, uh, the 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 breath which was doing fast round, and uh, also the mind which was saying Om Shanti. All these things were away from me. I was watching them. And this continued
Good.
the whole time. At the end, when the triangle, I went very deep inside. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, sir?
Yes. Yes.
Hello,
I yes, I hear you.
hello.
Go
Okay.
ahead. I
So
hear.
at the end, So, okay. So it's taking, okay. At the end, when I was very deep in the triangle inside, I felt I'm just moving away, very far off from the word, the word which I was looking at. So I was going away, very far off, and moving away from that. Uh, that is what I had to.
Yeah, that is very good. That is another way to understand. The practice is only one, but I am picking up the last point. When your mind knows experiences as if you are going too far away and away from, fact is, you are going too far from the five sheet. So that also helps us. That practice of meditation is exclusive and it is known as the Rupa Dhyan in our tradition. Meditation is only one, but how every participant experiences that makes the difference. So how are you, Vaibhav? Oh, we have a son and father. Okay.
Sir, I'm good, sir. It was very peaceful and calming.
Yeah,
Good.
very good. Peaceful and calming. Why should I come in between both of you, son and father? Do the rest. How are you, Anesthesia?
Thank you. I'm fine. It was so deep and timeless, and I've lost myself in time and space. It's like having a zoom in the lab. You zoom, and you see that picture becomes everything, something like that. You get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you.
Beautiful. You see that what you majority or everyone has experienced the sharing totally absorbed means that I lose that sense of individuality. Sense of individuality creates a person in us which is known as ego. Well, understand that. So, who are left? Sangeeta, how are you? Sangeeta and Ashok are left, yeah.
सर बहुत बहुत अच्छा था, बहुत पीसफुल था सर, एकदम एब्जॉर्ब.
Very peaceful, very calming, very good. अरे तुम कहाँ भाग जाते हो? चलो अशोक.
हाँ सर, very peaceful and there is no stress at all. Progressing.
No stress. Ah, very peaceful, very good. So understand the last point I'm stressing again. When the mind is pure, when we reflect, when the mind lives within, then what happens? The mind loses that sense of individuality. I'll talk sometime later, but when you lose that sense of individuality, you know how to make an atom bomb? There are two processes. Why you're talking of atom bomb? I remember Putin. No, it's not just giving an example. So there is a diffusion process and there is a fission process in making an atom bomb. So in the fission process, the atoms break up. That breaking up is losing the sense of individuality. That is why I use the atom bomb. I have no intention of talking about those stuff. So what happens? You lose the sense of individuality inside and you transcend the ego, and there you find the real self. That is why I That is all for today. Thank you. Do this practice and we will meet again. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you,
for
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Namaste, everyone.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you for tolerating
Thank
me.
you.
You guys are so good. Those who tolerate me are always good.